Hello, good evening everyone. Welcome to Lazy Mini Painting. I am Laz and it's Model Musings number 110 today. So, thank you everyone for coming to join me. And I've labelled it How Do I Do This Again because I've completely forgotten what I was doing and how to do it. Makes sense, I suppose, in a weird way. So yeah, I don't know how to actually do this stuff anymore. It's just completely forgot out of my head. I don't know what I'm actually going to do tonight. I can't even remember what I was doing before I did my anniversary stream for 4 years. So that should be interesting. Hello anyone who's joined me over on the portrait mode as well. Just waiting to get some power in my phone and hopefully I can do something about that and be able to come and join us in there as well. I hope. I'm going to try now. I want to see what he's saying. Let's give me the emails, that's good. And now I've got to turn that down. Turn it 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 down. But I kind of have access to the portrait mode. It's not the best access, but it's some kind of access. I'll at least see something that's happening and if people say something. Good evening, Silvers. How you doing? Thank you for coming to join me. Seeing as you have just popped on, let's go have a look on Discord. I've not looked over for the weekend, so we'll see what work in progress people have been posting. Ali has been putting some nice artwork up that she's been drawing. Twisted has done even more work on non-metallic metal. Oh, we've gone into a space marine now, have we, Twisted? Okay, we're now into a space marine. I don't know why that's up there, but it shouldn't have been. But hey, there we go. So we have caught up with everyone's work in progress so far, apart from mine, which is about right, really, for me, isn't it? So what was I doing before I did last week's stream? I'm not entirely sure. I've got a feeling. No, we were doing corn stuff, weren't we? We were doing corn stuff. We were being corny. We have all the berserkers who need weapons doing. Pistols, to be more specific. We also have the extra chaos people that I've ended up in here. And I need to do something with my 8-pound. I'm not happy with my actual 8-pound. They seem to be lacking something at the moment. Again, specifically the weapon side is what they're lacking something on. Good afternoon, Twisted. So I need to be looking at the guns for the berserkers. Move the word bearer out of the way. I do have the one or two still scattered around that I've not done anything with. Well, let's check that I have actually got all 10 of these since I put them away in my little box. There's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I have all 10 of them and I have my 3 proxy 8-pounds, which is absolutely good. Well, like that. We like the fact that we've got the stuff that we need. It helps. But I am going to take all the extra chaosy bits out. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And obviously, they all get access to nice big cannons and stuff and bolt weapons. I do have some that could possibly be converted over if I was to repaint them, like the Night Lord with the giant chain axe, and this chappie who's not been painted up at all yet. So there are a couple that I could convert into World Eaters, should I feel the need. Probably going to end up being anything like if I can't get enough Master of Executions, guess what gets turned into them. So I'm going to go with that route for now. But I also have a great big whopping hell brute and 5 Terminators to paint up, as well as my first. Well, it should have been a Dark Apostle, but I've done him, chopped his hand off and given him a great big axe to make him a Master of Executions. So I still have lots and lots and lots to be basing and getting what is essentially this colour scheme onto them. Because it is pretty much the same colour scheme. Could do with doing the armour though, on the armour panels on these guys. So I think it's going to be reds tonight. We're going to be back to reds because we do have, as I said, a Hellbrute and Terminators to do as well. I'm going to have to go down and find get another tub of corn red out from Games Workshop. Or one of the third party retailers that might stock a corn red colour. Rather than paying £4 bloody 50 for a pot of paint. £4 bleeding 50. What do you think here? Made of money? Good evening, Ali. Ow. That'll be my head. Good evening, Ali. Thank you for joining us over on the portrait mode. That does seem to be where my moderators are needed more than anything at the moment. If things are going to happen, it seems to want to happen in there. That's Wazdaka red. I don't want that one. That's Mephisto red. That's Mephisto red. That's Wild Rider. I need the Mephisto red. I know I need that one. Where's my corn red gone? Oh, where has it gone? Oh, is that it? Yay, corn red. We found it. Panic's over. Panic is over. We found corn red. See, I don't have a lot of time at the moment to get these done because we've only got 2 more streams and then we're in October. And October means I've got to do arcs, obviously. So there's not a great deal of time that we've got to get round doing this. So I'll start cracking on with some degree of haste and purpose. Who am I kidding? I'm probably not going to get half of what I want to get done tonight. But I shall try anyway. So first of all, we need corn red, which is the darker of the 2 reds. And you're thinking there's not much difference in the 2, but we do want to start with the darker of the 2 reds. Oh, you've been doing all chaos and rubrics. Zinch would have been my first choice had I not have been getting World Eaters through the Combat Patrol magazine. And because I made that decision to make them all World Eaters, is now, I was going for Smashy, not so much the Psychic. So you're foregoing October. Are you allowed to forgo October? I didn't think we were allowed to. I thought we had to do October. It was mandatory. You're skipping it. Oh, twisted. What you going to do? Gork and Mort's going to come after you. You know that, don't you? They get 1 month a year. 1 month. For being one of the originals. One of the OG armies. I mean, going all the way back to Gorka Marker and Rogue Trader days, the orcs were there. I mean, been the staple secondary bad guy after Chaos. And in my honest opinion, they make a better bad guy or even good guy for the galaxy than Chaos. Because the only ones that are truly happy. Orcs are truly, truly happy. Because they get to fight every day. The Emperor will protect you. I don't know if the Emperor can against those two, in fairness. All the things that the Emperor might have trouble with, I think those two might be some of them. Oh, Ali's typing. Is Ali typing stuff because other people have typed stuff, or is Ali typing stuff to me and I can't read it? Oh, thank you, Ali. Although it does confuse me a little bit when I can't read the words. The advantage of this week's combat patrol is I might actually have my glasses on. I should have my glasses on, my new glasses. That should mean I can see better, and maybe not make half the mistakes that I end up going back and noticing after I think I've finished painting a model. They'll look at it and go, "Oh dear, no, I messed that up. No, I could do that better. I need to go clean that up." Blah 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 blah. Now, normally I only find that out when I took the detailed picture. Steve, you have finally made a life. You've made a few lives. You've caught a few of my lives. Granted, you don't normally catch one of the later ones, but that's because you're busy. You've got stuff to do. Or you've gone to sleep. One of them. But yes, this is my evening ones. I've been live for 5 minutes now, so I'm okay to swear. Painting corn red. That's all I seem to be doing is painting corn red recently. I got sick of painting blue because of my Space Marine chapter. And now all I'm doing is painting red. Sorry, pardon me. And I did not mute my phone, but I have now. I always forget to do that until I get a notification of some kind, and it's like, oh crap, yeah, I've got to mute that, haven't I? You missed the fourth. It's okay, Steve, don't worry. It was just me going on about basically stuff that I've done over the past 4 years. So the scenery that I've made, the army that I've painted, how much better I've gotten, which isn't very much. I mean, it's enough that I can see improvement, but yeah, I'm still not that good of a painter. Let's face it. I've just got slightly better brush control now, so I don't have to go back and redo the mistakes as often. Still have to go back and redo them, just not quite as often. Although I am at least willing to attempt techniques and stuff, so now that I would never even have dreamed of when I first started. So if I think I'm going to be working quite quickly through wet paint, I'll attempt wet blending straight on the model. Yeah, why not? Or if it's one of them really, really, really annoying ones, then I'll mix on the palette and try blending that way. I've not quite gone as far as going for glazing yet, but this time, I suppose. This time. But still, my favourite technique has to be dry brushing. That technique is absolutely fantastic and is underrated. And people should just paint using dry brushes. It's kind of like painting with an airbrush, but you've got more freaking control over it. I know that sounds daft, but you do. So don't forget that he's actually got 3 little eyes down there for me to paint in. Oh, look. See, I'm not... Sparkles doesn't let me go looking for these things anymore. So, like you found nice pile of terrain at AliExpress. There was someone on another Discord server that said they found somewhere that had like a 50% off on some Warhammer stuff, and it's like, where have you found that's got a 50% discount on Warhammer? You just don't find it. And I go in, I've got enough. Apparently I've got enough. I've got enough. I haven't got enough. I'm barely halfway through my own bloody Space Marine chapter. I don't think Sparkles quite realises that how big that's got to get yet. I'm going to need at least another 7 or 8 actual army boxes. At least 7 or 8. Well, that's Slap Chop, but Slap Chop's limited. Slap Chop's limited. However, I've got to say the setup for Slap Chop is a brilliant setup for a model, because it shows you all your light gradients, where everything needs to go. So Slap Chop setup, fine, and then just paint over it from there. You know where your lights needs to go now, and you can just actually paint the model. It makes it easier. Team has no. I'm aware of someone who's got a Thunderhawk gunship STL file as well, and I've told them no. Don't go telling me silly things like that. Tartarus Terminator armor, which is my favourite armor. I prefer it to the Cataphracti. It is better than the Saturnine, and it is currently better than the optimised Tactical Dreadnought. Tartarus is definitely my favourite Dreadnought armor. I mean, it looks a little bit plain and not a lot of character to it, but that's part of the charm for me. Is that it's quite understated. That means you can put whatever you want on it to embellish it up to make it your chapters. It just gives you more room to customise. And if you're good with things like milliput or even Das air drying clay, oh, you can make some wonderful things for it. You can make some absolutely amazing things for it. Okay, so there's panels started. So let's carry on with the large panel sections on each back here. I have straight hairs, so that's not good. Stray hairs are not good. Games Workshop, your brushes are not helping. This is an official Citadel one, by the way. This is the medium shade brush that I'm using, and it is getting stray hairs. I've not used it that often. I'm going to have got a huge brush cleaning mission out. I'm going to have to spend pretty much a day just making sure I've cleaned and refreshed all my brushes. Which is not going to be fun. Are you popping everyone's link up for me as well, Ali? Thank you. Oh, I believe you've popped Twisted and Silvers both up there. I mean, I can see little bits, just so yeah, I can see the little bits, and then I've got to realise that something else has happened. Twisted, you finished your armour pieces now, and you are going to be working on leather. Oh dear, no! This could take just as long as the armour pieces. I mean, I'm not saying no because he's not going to look good. He's going to look absolutely fantastic. He's just that it's going to take ages. And that brush is not usable for the purpose that I need it at. Put that to one side. You are no longer fit for purpose. You're not even fit to be a porpoise. So, Steve, how's your D&D campaign going? Is it still going? I hope so. It's hard to get a good game, and if you can get a good game going, then you kind of want to keep it. I'm still trying to get into a good game. I did start one, but life happened for other people. I think I was the only one who could reliably make it. And I wasn't the DM, so that's never a good sign. I was an extra. I wasn't even like main character status. You wouldn't have ever guessed it because I never show up. But yeah, I was extra. I just made sure I was so extra that it was extra everything. You haven't bought any models in 6 months. Are you feeling alright, Steve? I mean, I buy something almost every week because of the Combat Patrol magazine, and it states that. Ooh, but that new box set's coming out, and that new box set. It states that for me. I don't get the urge as much to go out. Oh, I would like that new box set, which is good because I've got a wedding to save up for and pay for. I've just found out I've got another one to go to exactly 2 weeks before my own. My cousin has a fantastic planning. So you've done Cthulhu and now you're playing Fallout. Okay, now you're burning through these RPGs. You're literally just running through them. But if you're getting through them that quick and you're enjoying it, that's good. Trying out loads of systems, maybe Vampire Masquerade next, something like that. You'll be buying 2 of the new Terminator box. So with the one where you get, is that the one? Are you getting the big box or the little box? The big one where you're getting 10 of the new Assault Terminators, 3 characters, and 5 of the normal Terminators, or are you just going to go for the Assault Terminator boxes? Because I did see that box set and I thought, ooh, that is tempting, but it's essentially what I kind of did already when I got the proxies from Rogue's Den, and just painted those up, so I now have 10 Assault Terminators, more themed for the Space Bear army. I'm still gonna call them Stone Dragons, despite the fact that they've got the bear. And there's lots of beary things now. They're still gonna have to be Stone Dragons, I think. Stone Bears keeps them too close to what the originals were, and I don't want anyone getting in trouble just because I've named something somewhere and then put it with something else, and they can go, all right, we can now join that up to that, and that now becomes something we can go after. No, thank you. Oh, so you're going for the big box, the 21 model one, is it? Is it 21, 10, 15, 16, 17, no, 18 models. Captain, a Chaplain, an Ancient, and 15 Terminators, if I'm remembering rightly. That's 18 models. It's got 21 written on the box though. So what are the other 3 models? Unless these... No, because Terminator's coming 5s. And the characters come individually. I'm sure the big box says 21 models. I'm going to go look now. It's handy that Games Workshop's like one of the quickest things I can go click on. Warhammer Community. Assault Terminators. Unstoppable force of blah 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 blah. Scroll down until it shows us. Yeah, it says 21 Citadel miniatures. Oh no, I just figured out what the 3 other little miniatures are, and it's Games Workshop being proper dodgy little fuckers. The other 3 are these, the teleport homers. I was wondering how you're going to get from 18 to 21. And with each 5 Terminators, you get a teleport homer. And they count that as a fucking model. And yes, I believe they will be releasing the new Vanguard Veterans also soon. Now, those I'm slightly interested in. I only have 1 unit of 5 Vanguard Veterans, and they were made up from a Death Company box. So it's a lot of Blood Angels iconography and things on it, which I'm not overly chuffed about, but I made do with what I could at the time. But the assault and Vanguard Veterans, and yeah, I would like some more of them. Now I can just use my standard Assault Marines, just stick them on tactical rocks and they can be my assault intercessors. But when it comes to Vanguard Veterans, you kind of have to have, they have to stand out a little bit more, with them being the veterans. They have better equipment, they have more ornate armour, they have lots of things on them that the standard assault intercessors will not be getting, along with being able to take a multitude of different weapons. We don't need more apothecaries. We need 2. We need an apothecary in Terminator armour, and we need apothecary in Phobos armour. And then we've got enough. Once we've got those 2, we've got enough. Because then we've got 1 in Mark 10, 1 in Gravis, and then we'll have 1 in Terminator, 1 in Phobos, and then that can cover pretty much any form of armour that you've got. Giving the Mark 10 option, the option for a jump pack might be nice, but I don't think they will. Because this is Games Workshop after all, and they don't do anything that would actually make them popular. Like giving us the units we actually fucking want. Yeah, see, we need 1 in Phobos too. And I know, is it the Infiltrators can get the Helix Gauntlet, which gives them a 5+ feel no pain, which is, it's alright, but it's not an apothecary putting models back in the unit, which is a much bigger deal. They also need to stop this, we're only allowed to put 1 character to a unit thing, unless it's a lieutenant, and then he can only go with a captain as well. That's a bit bullshit in my opinion. We should be able to basically carry it to bomb a unit if we want to. So, captain, librarian, lieutenant, a bit of everything in there, just to make it all really boom off if you wanted to. Because you can't even put a lieutenant and an ancient in, or a lieutenant and just imagine a lieutenant and an apothecary in a Mark 10 unit. I know the Gravis Apothecary essentially is the lieutenant. It gives them the lethal hits, so that kind of covers that one. But if you can put lethal hits in with a Terminator librarian, and then you can give them sustained hits and lethal hits. Come on. You can get truly nuts with some of these things. And yeah, just 1 big bomb, stick them in a Land Raider and off they go. Your opponent's got to deal with that Land Raider. And if they can, and they can deal with what's inside it, then your gamble didn't pay off, did it? But if they can't, oh dear God, that's when you get the unit of death, the unit that gets banned, the unit that no one will play against. So how am I supposed to take that out when it's got a 4+ invulnerable save, 5+ feel no pains, lethal hits, sustained hits, and devastating wounds, and God knows what else you want upon it, and free stratagem of armor of contempt because of the captain. So much stuff you could seriously just break the game. But so could everybody else, because they'll be able to do stuff like that. So it wouldn't be a one army only thing. It'll be for everybody. Good evening, Alex. How are you? I can do what on mobile. Sorry, Alex. I've only just caught your message then. Aha. Macy, teleporting with scarabs is fun. Don't go off my stream. Teleporting with scarabs is fun. I'm not going to shit for me because I don't have any scarabs. I have Ripper Swan bases, but no scarabs. Calm has scarabs. And yeah, just trying to get his warriors to stay the fuck down. If I haven't wiped out the unit beforehand, is annoying because he has the big reanimator thing nearby to help them out, and the Lord Resurrection Orb, and lots of other silly stuff that he has to keep his warriors just marching at me in a relentless metal tide. Oh, I can feel you on that, mate. I had the mighty 50 warrior blob I had to do for Calm for his. I'm not looking forward to when he brings the rest of his tower round, because that's going to give me 60 either fire warriors or breachers or little fishmen, the little fishmen, and then about another 12 battle suits, a bloody broadside, not a broadside, a riptide, a storm surge, 3 or 4 devilfish. He's got a lot for me to do for his tower army. No, it's not even looking at the crew, which I think he's got about another 40 of them. Just got to wait for him to bring them round so I can strip them all down now. I know the colour scheme I'm going for, which is the browny, well, the greeny purpley colours that I figured out I could do with the purple wash that I've got, and Coelia green shade with metallics, with a metallic medium for the basic fire warrior and Tau colour. Highlighting that then with things like gold and other greens and blues, and maybe even a bit of yellow, just to help it out a bit. Move it over, sorry Ali. Yeah, I've not had the last Primarch I had the displeasure of facing was Mortarion back in 8th edition, and if that's what Primarchs Ally can do, I don't want to face any more on the table. They are nasty, horrible, bloody pain in the asses. That's what they are. They're not fair, they're not fun, and they're not big, and they're not clever. They are horrible, horrible units that you are forced to deal with, because all of them seem to have wings and just jump across the table at you. This coming from the guy who, yes, I have got an Angry Ron proxy, so I can run Angron, which is essentially a loaded missile. Just point, let him go, yeah, just make sure you keep running him into the nearest thing he can. If he dies, hopefully you get to get him back up. I'm just worried that Necron armies and other armies that I don't own may get expanded. So I don't want to see a Ghost Kill or a Ghost Keel added to that Tau army. I don't want to see any Satan Shards added to the Necrons, or the Silent King for that matter. Don't want to see him in there either. He can go take a running jump. And no one will hear him scream. It's great, isn't it? Bloody Silent King, he can piss right off. So yeah, he's annoying. I've got a lot of flesh bits on this, and I'm going to have a lot of bronze bits and brass bits, and I'm going to have a lot of skull bits. So let's get his toesies and tootsies and stuff done first. Toesies and tootsies. That way we can at least put off the armour. That was my first idea, was to do it as do like lead belcher underneath first and then just wash it with the Coelia. But the metallic medium means I can turn the Coelia into an actual paint. So I can start working with it like an actual paint. And I do like that colour. And now I've got multiple tubs of it. It's like, yay, I can use it a little bit more liberally now. Rather than only having one tub and having to be cautious of where I used it. Because I didn't want to run out. And I'm reluctant to go out and buy Citadel paints. Because they're not always great. But occasionally, they will give you that one. Such as your Null Niles, your Agrax Earth Shades, and your Coelia God Shade, as I call it. Those three washes are absolutely fantastic. Some of the other washes are okay as well. Reichland Flesh isn't bad. But Agrax is bloody good. As is Null Nile. They will get used on pretty much every model that'll paint to some degree. It's about even these ones. And I think that's all the red for him. I think. Okay, I've missed something there. What was Alex saying? Lion has 16 attacks. He rerolls ones plus Oath of Moment, has a 3+ invul and a 5+ and a 4+ against mortal wounds. Yeah, he's an arse. Oh, and sustained hits and deep strike on round 1. Yeah, and you are right on that, Alex. Citadel white paint is the worst white paint you will ever use. Pro Acryl, however, fucking fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. I like the Pro Acryl one. So, red's done. Now, do I continue on my theme of reds and just go along with reds? Or do I come back and... No, I stick with red. I do red, because I've got lots of red to do. How do I do this? I do this by painting it red. That's how I do this. We just go for a full base coating stream today, I think. Although, for some reason, certain parts of me are going, you should have done stuff. And is it time for that yet? And is it time for that yet? And is it time for that yet? And I'm like, no, it's not. I'm having to tell my body it's not time for it yet. It's got to wait another 20 minutes. It's got to wait another 20 minutes. And then I'll sort it out with the things that it wants. like a cup of tea, which I forgot. I forgot a lot of things coming into tonight's stream, in fairness, including how to actually get it to go live, which I remembered just as the clock turned to 30. So, oh yeah, I go through that one, don't I? You'd think after 4 years of doing this, I would remember this shit and be quite a dab hand at just click, 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 but no. I have changed my platform about 5 or 6 times and how I actually broadcast a stream. So it's not like it's solely I've always been on this one way that I do it. Yeah, I've got titanium white and I've got let's see, bold titanium white. Absolutely, so much. It reflects the light perfectly. It's fantastic. It's good white. I would never have found out of it if EB had not sent it me for Christmas last year. But because he did, I got to find out. And as well as the bronze. Oh, I like the bronze. The bronze, the green, the red, the yellow, and the white, which are the colours that he sent me because they're the colours that I lacked a lot of. And the ones that he sent me are versatile enough that I can mix and tone and Pro Acryl are good paints. I like Pro Acryl. And I'm not even sponsored or getting endorsement by them. I just use them. And like the ones that I used. But I have yet to try my favourite paint with Pro Acryl. And that'll be the full decider. Because if they don't do a good ivory, then I can't fully say for definite that it's a really good paint range. Because ivory is my colour. I prefer it over pure whites. Just because it's easier to add washes and depth to. And you can still get away with turning it into white afterwards if you needed to. Because it'll brighten up just as nicely. And the fact that these aren't going to be red butchers is disappointing to me. Because they have removed the ability to have the red butcher terminators. Instead they've given us a fucking 8-pound. Okay, it's a nice new unit. It fleshes out the World Eaters roster a little bit, so you can have 3 units of 8-pound, 3 units of terminators. I have not given them a shot in the airbrush yet. There is a distinct lack of Night Lord stuff, I've got to admit. Now, if you've got some infantry stuff, then you could get the kill team box where they came in, and yeah, you get some Night Lord accessories, but it's not enough really if you're trying to actually do the Night Lords. It's not enough. And if you're looking for big things, so if you're looking for knights or land raiders or anything really that's bigger than infantry, you're paying through the friggin' nose through Forge World prices just to get a couple of little bits. It's like a door or a top panel. A stupid amount. Like who wants to pay 14 quid for what is essentially a decal, a 3D decal? And it's only one. You've got to buy another 3 of them if you actually want to put them enough of them on the vehicle that you're doing. So, what, £14, 28, soon turns into like 50 odd quid just to do one extra vehicle. The entire vehicle didn't cost you that much in the first place. But for all the accessories, yeah, no. We need you to spend more than the actual vehicle's value on accessories to make it look just how you want it to do. We couldn't put transfers in there or anything like that for the legions that they advertise and ask you to print out and play as. No, they can't do that. What they've got to do is they've got to charge you an extra fucking fortune. Here, remortgage your house just because you want a transport for those. You know, sell your car if you want another transport for those. Get rid of your kid's kidney. You want a new HQ. Oh, you want a Warlord Titan? No, you got to sell a full kid for that. And maybe even your missus. And once you've sold all that off, that's when you start working on kidneys and your other stuff to pay for your plastic crack addiction. Whose is that last one you've just popped in, Ali? Is that somebody painting Cave and Shrike? And if it is, which one of the lovely channels has it come from? Out of curiosity. I've yet to try them in an airbrush. Or did I? No, I did these with dry brush. I dry brushed all these, so these were not airbrushed for the Zenithal. I've not run them solely through an airbrush, so. Oh, that's Alexis. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, so if anyone's wondering why random links to other people's channels pop up in my live streams, it's because I like to advertise the community. We are a big community after all. We all have similar interests, painting little plastic men, or playing with them on the tabletop and discussing the metas and the changes, or just painting techniques in general. We all get something a little bit different, but it's all part of the same hobby. So people will be advertised, because if you're here, there's a possibility you might find them interesting as well. So yeah, please go check them out. Ideally not in the middle of the live stream, but open it in a new tab, save it for later. I mean, if you do want to nip off just during the live stream and have a look, just give it a quick sub and then come back. I will understand. I've done that many a time myself. Just nipped off briefly and then come back. So now trying to get this all the way along the line in there, and we'll get it up and around. And painting the rest of his fist. Nice bloody red fist. He's been sticking this someplace unpleasant, hasn't he? You don't get it that colour by putting it in nice places. I can hear tea being made. Can you all hear tea being made? The distinct ding 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 of a cup. I can hear it. I can hear it. Oh, I'm going to have a cup of tea in a minute. Oh, that means it might actually be cool enough for me to drink some of it while I'm out having a cigarette as well. I'm going to get one very nice Terminator set up and ready for me to go, right, this is the base template for how I'm going to proceed with the rest. Probably should have done the Sergeant, but I've just chose a standard Terminator. I say a standard Terminator. He's got all sorts of stuff all over him. Thank you. I'll find somewhere for my cup of tea to go in a moment. That cup of tea will find a home on my desk in very soon. Just let me get this armour painted up, so I'm nice and ready. I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready. Oh no, I just did SpongeBob. Someone punch me. And I don't mean that metaphorically, I mean that literally. First person to get around here gets to give me a dig. And my Sparkles just has to stand up and just do it herself. Yeah, but I don't, that's why I deserve a punch. I can't stand the annoying little thing. Let's face it, I'm a little bit too old for kids' cartoons now. I'm on for adult cartoons. It doesn't sound much fucking better, does it? It doesn't. I still watch cartoons. Just that my cartoons might be gory and violent and sexualized. So yes, for those who are smart enough out there to realise it's anime mostly. And no, not that type of anime that's just perverted and wrong. But you can't get away from certain things in anime, and they just always end up in it, and it's... You just have to deal with it. You can't get anyone arrested for it, so... You've just got to deal with it. Although I think I'll lose Netflix, so... Thank you, Ali. Although you retracted a message, I think I can actually see the message and I can retract that message. So if you wish to just rather tell me what you've retracted, so I don't have to go back and look it up to find out why you've retracted it. Because you know what I'm like. If something's got retracted, then it's like, well, why have you retracted it? On my channel of all things. With most things you can get away with saying. Yeah, you're not getting me singing that one. That's one that you're just not going to get me to sing. Panels. It's the lining for the panels in Chaos that caused me the most problems. Because almost all of them don't have a flat panel, have an embellishment around the edge. Whether it be beveling or additional layers of brass or gold or just something that stops it from being that black panel. Which is why you've got all these white lines everywhere. If it was a standard Space Marine, you wouldn't have as much of that. A little bit on the shoulder. And that's about it, really. Oh, you had a typo. Fair enough. Yeah, I believe Sparkles is in there with you, so don't be worried too much if you're thinking that there's no moderators. There's the boss in there, so... They don't even get a warning. Just type in 1 minute, it's just like, what happened? Gone. Gone. Even I don't get a chance to say anything. It's like, what happened there? Don't like them. Saying stupid things. Got rid of them. Fair enough. I'm fucking arguing. I say stupid things, you get rid of me too. 8 years, smate years. Pfft. Although, speaking of that, we have been having fun because we've worked out how long we've been together. Ish. Not down to the exact day, but to within a rough month or two. Sparkles has better idea than me. I don't even remember my own birthday, so I'm thinking she'll be surprised if I remember anything else. Although Sparkles has taught me when my birthday is, I do know now. She got me official documents with it on, so I can remember. How old you? Yep, there you go. for those of you who didn't hear it, I actually forgot how old I am a few years ago. Ezra! Oh, my man. How are you doing? This is late for you, but I'm happy that you've joined up and come in, and if you want it, you can have my singular guest spot. Steve, I would have offered it to you, but I don't know if you've got bloody headphones yet. That'll be a good one. Roll two. Have one for me as well, mate. I'll just make it extra big and say that's like that. I'm going to smoke Laz's half first. I'll see you do it. Make a big one, smoke my half first, and then go on to crack on smoking your half. And then you can sit there wiping a tear away going, it's what he would have wanted. So I'd rather it get smoked than go to waste, you know that. I'd rather it get smoked than go to waste. And there's a good chunk of my viewers, so that partake. So yeah, I think if I ever run the equivalent of a game day for this channel, I can see it's going to be a very slow one. Yeah, we'll just do this turn after we've come back in. So we're just playing one game today, people. Just one game. If you win, then you win. If you lost, then you lost, and that's it. Because we won't get any more games in than that. It'll take us an hour and a half just to get through the first fucking turn. Whose turn is it? I don't know. What phase are we up to? I haven't got a clue. What we're playing again? Magic, I think. But we've got all these figures. Oh, have we been playing Warhammer? Oh. You wouldn't want to feel all my female subscribers. I have 2 female subscribers. One of them is Ali, who's a moderator, just like you. I've no worries about you stealing Ali. Ali goes and does whatever Ali wants to do. And the other one is Sparkles, the woman I'm marrying next year. So I'm in no worry about that. There's no worries at all. I may have other female subscribers. If I do, please say hello. Just so we can prove to me and Ezra that it's not all 40-odd-year-old men. Which seems to be the case for a lot of my subscribers seem to be hitting the 40+ section. Oh, excellent! So you're co-hosting the coverage of Renegade Open for the whole weekend. Oh, I might actually give one of the opens a watch then. I usually don't bother watching them because it's just they jump from table to table to table to table to table. But if you're going to be there, it might be an actual funny comment, which will be good. Thank you, Ali. That is perfect timing to remind me that that's what time it is. So I've got the Hellbrute based up red. I've got to do the metallics and the skin tones and the ivories. I've got what should be the base colours for what's going to be red for the Terminators. I've just got to rinse and repeat that over the other 4. And then I've got to find out what I'm going to do with the converted Dark Apostle into Lord Executioner. Now he's got to be an absolute fucking nightmare. Oh, Joe just covers one table at a time. That's fine. I'll try and keep up with one table at a time, despite how difficult that might be for me, because well, I can't even keep up with my own life, let alone something else that's going on. I am going to go, as Ali politely put it, yes, a letter break. I will be back shortly, but in the meantime, you do get the added bonus of, again, the Rogue's Den Hobbies little logo loop. If you do want to take a look at Rogue's Den Hobbies, please remember that there is a discount code of LAS10, because the first bum washer discount code has finished now. Finished yesterday. But yes, the LAS10 one still works. So I shall be back soon. Those of you on portrait mode still get to see me. Aren't you so lucky? I forgot to put music on. I'm not on music on. Go with that one. Don't start an advert. You son of a whore. Skip that. Now I'll mute that. Shall be back soon. and then take me off mute. That does help. And hello. Well, you are in the 40 plus range, Jessa. Yeah, I'm in the 40 plus range. So can't really whinge about that. It's just that occasionally we have had young people come in, and they still baffle me. And then we get the idiots coming as well, the usual bunch of morons that go around thinking that everyone wants to know what they want to say, even though it's completely irrelevant to what's going on the screen. Which I don't mind irrelevance if you lot are all chatting to each other and you lot are all chatting to each other. That's fine. That is what is more commonly called a good thing. It's the bad people we don't want coming in. The bad people that have an opinion about things that don't matter to a stream painting little plastic models. But I think I covered a lot of this last time as to why certain things have been done, certain things have been taken down. And certain videos are no longer available. Oh, you're in the here now, Ali. Okay. We're both back from break. Although my break was considerably shorter than usual. Mostly because Sparkles made me the cup of tea, so I didn't have to do that bit as well. That's what takes the longest, is waiting for the kettle to boil. And having cups of tea being made. Pardon me. Oh, I'm feeling a bit chilly at the moment. It's been oddly cold recently, even though today was extremely sunny. It has been very, very oddly cold today. Make the most out of the cornmeal that I've got on the palette before I have to put any more on. This brush is wanting to curl. It's really wanting to curl. I'm not going to let it. I'm not going to let my brush curl. True, I don't have cups of tea, I have buckets. Both of my cups can hold roughly a pint. It's nice. It's nice to have a good cup of tea. And a big cup of tea, because there's nothing worse than getting one of them cups of tea that's just really nice. And if you've got a normal cup, then it's gone in seconds. One this big, it lasts at least a couple more mouthfuls. Same here, Ali. It was odd. Full jumpers and everything on today. Definitely tell that summer's ended. I mean, Saturday was awful. For those who were here to know that I went up to Scotland on Friday, which is why the Sparkles and Oak stream was a day early. And I needed to be up early in the morning to go get my train. Coming back on the Saturday, it was relatively nice on the train. Really nice on the train. Until I get to Bolton. And then, as soon as I hit Bolton on the train, it was raining. And it didn't stop raining until I walked through my door. Now, if there's anyone else who lives in Manchester, you will know that we've recently had a bus strike, which meant there was only one bus that was going from Manchester city centre to my hometown. And normally they're about every 20 minutes or so. Normally. This Saturday I spent 45 minutes in the pissing down rain waiting for a bus. Then once I was on the bus, because there was a lot of other people waiting for this late bus, it was extremely packed. Everyone was wet, really packed bus, not very nice. So what should have been roughly about a 30 to 40 minute bus ride turned into an hour and a half bus ride. So that's another over 2 hours to get from Manchester to my hometown. Now, it only took me 3 hours to get from Scotland to Manchester. So my journey got extended a lot. And I wasn't happy with the end part of it because I was wet, I was tired, and I was very irritable. Because I was expecting to be home by about 6:30. About 5:30, maybe 6 o'clock at the latest. Not 7:30. I might want to move that model up, thank you. See, I get talking, my arms just slowly descend to the armrest. Which is where my arms really should be. I shouldn't be painting this with my arms floating in the air. It does lower the amount of control that you have over both the brush and the model, because your arms shake a little bit when you're not resting them on something. Ezra, if you're still listening, I can match your guard army almost now. I just got myself a Baneblade and 7 Lima Russes. And a couple of Chimeras and a Taurox. Oh, that's good. Sparkle's phone does not get picked up by my mic. That is good. I just heard myself there from behind. And I just checked the little who'd you watch my call it bar thing. That tells me how well my voice is being picked up, or if there's any other sound being picked up. And my biggest worry is always is the sound being picked up from the background. And in this case, no, there isn't. That will change if my 2 eldest decide to come down to get something to either eat or drink. They will come down rather loud. It's the only time they come down loud. Every other time they come down is quiet as mice. If I'm streaming, they come down cackling and laughing and yeah, making noise. I think it's on purpose. Can't prove it, but I think it is. Just because of how it happens. I'm running out of corn red now. As running a corn red. Another big dollop from inside the lid. We'll pop that on there. And then we try and bring as much off the brush as we can, but keep some on the brush so we can just go straight into painting. Aha, I think I figured out how to get it, keep it better in a position, Ali. If I rest my elbow actually on the desk, it forces my hand right up here. It does mean I've got more chance of hitting the camera and the microphone with my head, but it should keep me in place better. And give me at least one point of contact to rest on. So at least means the model's going to stay a little bit more still, even if my paintbrush hand isn't quite as steady. Right, now where are all the other panels? That one's covered, but not completely. I need to come back to him and paint in that section. And this section. Because those are actually plates underneath that fur thing. I know I should be putting something under my arm so I can rest. Normally I use like my knee and my desk and I'll get it like that, but I've not been using my knee at the minute, which isn't fun. I don't think I have anything else on here. No, I'm okay. To the shoulder pad. Trying to get in all the little crevices and nooks and crannies. I said crannies. I know what some people are like. They would have thought I said something else. I'm just glad I'm not listening to myself this time. So I've not got that weird voice thing going on again. I mean, I find it hard to talk as it is. I find it... Sometimes my words get mumbled and jumbled and... Yeah. When I've got my own voice going on in my head, outside the voice that's already going on in my head, that just fucks me up. Really does just mess me completely right around. I haven't got a clue what I'm doing. Yep, not grannies. No grannies. Crannies. Nooks and crannies. And that's the other thing that I've found I've been doing. Even though we only spent like, what, a total of about 24 hours in Scotland. Because of the time I spent there in the past, I found little bits of the local dialect popping into my natural speech. For an example, if I was to see something of somebody else, like, excuse me, is this yours? Have you dropped this? That would be my normal response. Come Sunday, no. Nope. It was, oh pal, is this yours? And I caught myself said it. I just after I said it, and it was like, oh god, it started. The amount of times I know how that coming out of my mouth is a little bit more than it should, because Glaswegians don't ask why, they demand how. The accent. It's farnies and crannies. Farnies, crannies, grannies. So if little bits of a slight Glaswegian or I think it's South Glaswegian accent starts slipping in, I do apologise if nobody understands. It will fade back out again over the coming week. as I become more acclimatized back to my native accents. Or accent. I say accent. I know I have multiple. And I bounce between them all. All of them. It's hard to do sometimes, especially when it's just something that occurs naturally. You can't not do it sometimes. So if Mooj was to come back in, they'd probably pick up on a couple of Rochdale twangs that occasionally come through. Or at least that area of Manchester from when I lived up there. Okay, I'm now in more of a not so much broad accent area. Like, it does, I just don't happen to have that broad accent that most other people have around me. And it is a general Mancunian accent, if I do drop that far. But I try my best not to. I really do try my best not to. Because the accent does give certain connotations and ideas out about the type of person that I am. And I'm not that type of person, so I'd rather not put that idea in people's heads. Of essentially, he's a football hooligan. I'm not a football hooligan. I don't watch football enough. I could possibly be the hooligan part, but not for football. Francois, good evening. Good evening, thank you for coming to join us. What is it you're working on this evening? I believe Twisted is working through Suits and Power Armor. Silvers is doing Zinch's work. Ezra is currently trying to get himself home drunk on the train. I believe Steve F is currently trying to get himself drunk in the house. Or maybe just getting ready to go out. One or the other. If Mick T has turned up, he's been very quiet, but that may be because he's got a pile of munchies in front of him and he doesn't want to share. And Ali has been bouncing backwards and forwards through the two chats while doing artwork, I believe. Some very nice drawings, by the way, Ali. In fact, better than my standard at the moment. I really need to get back into drawing. It takes time. It takes time. Like learning how to control the brush. You need to learn how to control your pen or your pencils, pressures and things like that. It's not easy. It's not an easy skill to learn or get back into if you've been out of it for too long. You're working on the Phantom legs. Yeah, I'm not looking forward to doing my Titanic vehicle, which is I'm thinking I'm going to dedicate October to doing the Stomper. It's been sat up there for too long. It needs some good paint job on it. I mean, it's been mostly base coated. I've just got to choose my colours for panels, how I'm going to make it look, and then do all the Gretchen and things. Which means I'm really going to have to choose a clan, aren't I? The Evils. I do like the sound of Evil Sons, but they're really reds. I obviously with the World Eaters already got a red. Not a problem, Ali. You have a good night. Thank you very much. You have a good night, and I hope you sleep well. Thanks for calling in and keeping an eye on some of my chats for me, along with Sparkles. It's the most formidable duo I can send into any chat room to look after it. Because you're both overly so nice that it's a bit of a shock when one of you turn around and go, "Oh, it's so nice they did a kick." It's fun. It's like getting thrown out of a bar by Florence Nightingale. It's like, what? We must have been really fucked up to get that bad. Yes, you were. It's my indestructible tag team. And chat to you soon, Ali. I mean, I do have Ezra, who's, I believe, at least in the background somewhere. Yeah, he'll be more than happy to kick people, just won't do it in quite the nice way that Ali and Sparkles will. Thank you. I forgot. How? What? You can't have gone up that much. Seriously, you can't have gone up that much. I'm only on like 204? 205 now. On 200 and... I'm on 207. Okay, yeah, you're right there, Francois. My sub count is rising. It's rising quicker than I expected. Now there are two possibilities. A, yes, my sound quality has gone up since I put the microphone within eating distance, and also I'm running the profile, the portrait mode as well. So, it's more cropped in for those with a smaller screen. So not everyone's got to sit there and look at the full PC size or TV size stream. You can watch one more accustomed and more designed for a mobile or a tablet. Both have been contributing factors. I've yet to figure out which one is the biggest contributor or contributor, but I can't deny that both have had an effect. Because as I found out, the portrait mode live also gets put out to those watching shorts. So if you are watching shorts and you're scrolling and you're thinking, I'm sick of doom scrolling, stick with us. Type away, chat. Become part of the community. We will love to have you in. We have very simple rules, which is police yourselves, moderate yourselves, and please don't get the boss involved. Because, yeah, there's nothing I can do to stop that from happening. Once the boss is involved, I'm out of the conversation then. If you're doing stuff where I can be part of the conversation, it's like, no, that's not too bad, and blah blah, and then we can do that. As I said, it's not 100%, but this seems to happen various times throughout how, as I've been going up through YouTube, certain things will change and then I'll get a certain rise and it'll balance out, and then I'll change something else and then it'll... So some things are good, some things not so good, and it's how always a case of trial and error. Sorry, the boss was demanding ritualistic human sacrifice there for a moment. So I did what I could to abate them. And nobody has to die today. Where else needs to be done? Obviously, I've got this entire shoulder pad and arm to do yet, and sections of the leg down here. And down here, and then chest panel. Am I in the centre? I'm a bugger. Corn red. It's a bit on the nose in it for the colour and the army that you're going to use it for. It is practically giving you the paint by numbers method of doing this now. You're painting corn, here's corn red. You're painting Mephiston, here's Mephiston red. Which also counts as your Blood Angels red. So a little bit brighter. Not a great deal brighter, but a little bit. Just a little bit. Pardon me. Oh dear, sorry. So we can get most of the red done today and maybe even start trim. That should give me a good start for next week to be able to come in and hopefully finish off with weapons and extra layers of red when needed. So the highlighting stages, basically. Where we brighten up the red and make it less dark. Like these. So the red is a little bit brighter on some of those, and especially the faces where it's coming through more orangey on these ones. So we've still got a lot of layering to go through, but I'll get the base colours down tonight, including the metallics if I can. That way I've got a much better idea of what I'm working with and towards. But if you know the bits that's supposed to be red because they're already done red, then you're alright. And if it's not red, then obviously it's supposed to be a different colour. So we can work with that. Get different colours from this, and yeah, it's not impossible. Getting all the bits done. All the bits. Oh dear me, I don't like doing block colours, but most of the army wants them. What shall we do, what shall we do? We'll paint them up until we go. Lots and lots of colours, I just love it. What's I say? I feel like since it's typically on most our painting channels, not only a small percentage of viewers are chatting, most people are not actually watching, they're just listening and occasionally peeking at the. That might be true. That might be true because, yeah, there's a lot of painters who just put sound for the background noise and sit there doing hobbying, which is fine. That's why I try and keep talking and some kind of audio and fill the dead air if I can. It gives you something to listen to while you're painting. It might be complete bollocks coming out of my mouth, but it's something. Better than sitting there in silence, isn't it? Although, granted, silence might help me concentrate a little bit more. Nah, who am I kidding? Silence will just put me off and make me go looking for something to do that's not silent. That's all that'll do. I can't sit there in silence, not doing any, or doing something in silence just doesn't work for me. But then again, listening to trying to do something and listen to something as well, I can't do that. So what I have to do is talk instead. Which, as you can imagine, for sparkles is rather irritating because I do it with everything, not just painting. So if I'm cooking, if I'm doing cleaning, putting anything in the washing machine, anything at all, I will talk while I'm doing it. Let's call it my tism, shall we? Whatever kind of tism it is. I'm sure they've given it a label and a name by now. They've just not told me. Which you think it would be nice, wouldn't it? If I've got a tism for them to tell me what the fucking hell it was. Now I don't think I've got autism. I don't think I've got that. But Sparkle seems to think I've got ADHD. Which, once she posed her reasonable argument to me, it's like, you might be right on that one, you know. I was a little bit reluctant to admit, but she posed a very, very, very compelling argument to me. And I think she's right. I may have ADHD. But I won't find out until the doctors give me a diagnosis of it. So until then, no, I'm normal. And that statement alone, if it doesn't scare you, there is something wrong. It's like, fuck's sake, if Laz is normal, what are the rest of us? Fucked. That is the actual answer. You are all fucked. Because I'm the only normal person. At least in my head. Which doesn't particularly say much, does it? Because, well, you've all seen inside my head briefly. You get the occasional little peek in and it's like, nope, that guy's not quite looking normal. But he thinks he is. Something's wrong. Fundamentally wrong. So now we have 2 Terminators, see? 2 Terminators. Well, 3 Terminators. I forgot I started this one. And then I put him down, didn't I? So let's carry on with him, because like 2.5 Terminators done now. Hey. Hey, we're doing nice. We're doing well. We've got the red done on the Hellbrute, and we're 2.5 Terminators through doing the red on these. And then once we've done the red on these, we can start the metallics. Or at least the brass metallic that we've been using for the berserkers. And that's pretty much the reason why I'm trying to keep all these going at the same time, so I can remember what colours I'm using. I do forget a lot. That's me, sorry. I've been doing that a lot recently. I don't normally sneeze this much. That's about the 5th time I've sneezed today. And it's really annoying when I sneeze, because I don't just sneeze once, I usually sneeze at least twice, if not 3 times. To the point where Sparkles doesn't say bless you after the first one anymore, she waits, just to make sure I've finished. And then she'll give me the bless yous. And she figures she doesn't want to say it for like 3-4 times. I usually sneeze multiple times in a row. And it is usually like one after another, no little breaks. So it's not like a sneeze, I get a break and then I sneeze again. No, so 1, 2, 3, done. Kind of like my painting technique. Not overly complicated, and usually over with quite quickly compared to what you could do. And all the head trim, which some of that will be going to brass, but I've not quite made that decision yet. Okay, what's just happened? Eat a variety of vegetables. As I said, it's not something that's when I do sneeze. As I said, it's like 2 or 3 times in a row, but it doesn't happen that often. So I'm not sure eating veggies is going to necessarily be the correct way out of it, especially seeing as my stomach is not the greatest in the world for digesting certain things. Veggies being one of them, sadly. And I do get what I can through nutritional supplements and other things, which is not perfect by any stretch of the imagination, but if you struggle getting things normally, then you go for what you can get. And let's just put it this way: don't abuse painkillers, people. Don't abuse painkillers. They can fuck your insides up. Now, technically I wasn't abusing them, but by medical terms I was. I was using them within the directions, I was just using them for too long. And it fucked my stomach up. So yeah, now I have some gastral problems, as well as other issues regarding food, which makes me going out for a meal or anything makes me a real pain in the ass. I mean, a severe pain in the rear end. There's about 4 places that we can go for something to eat. None of them particularly local. That is a possibility. I mean, I do get most of I actually get a lot of the vitamins and stuff that I do lack because of a certain drink that is just loaded with the damn things, and I have about 2 or 3 of them a week, and each drink is over the recommended daily needs, so half of one of them a day. I'm getting most of the stuff that I need from vitamins, minerals, pretty much everything apart from protein and carbs. I don't have much carbs, but I do eat a lot of protein. To the point that I even get iced coffees that I've got additional protein in as well. So I do go through a lot. Chickens, meats. Yeah, I definitely get my protein and my main vitamin intakes quite well. It's more the nuanced and some of the slightly more difficult ones to get. Omega-3 being one of them. I don't get a lot of omega-3, which might be why my eyes are getting worse. But not that much of a change. So in a couple of years, my prescription's barely changed. It's just gone from, right, you've got one long-sighted to one short-sighted eye to now you're more both long-sighted. Which they was expecting to happen with age anyway. Especially with my family's history of glasses and eyes that don't work. In fact, I feel sorry for Mini Laz because he's pretty much guaranteed to need glasses when he's older. Unless he really, really, really takes care of his eyes. Because both of his parents wear glasses. And all of his grandparents wear glasses. So poor little Tyke's pretty much guaranteed to need glasses. We do like fish and chips. But going back to my dietary issues, I can't eat chips. I struggle with most carb-based things apart from bread. And in all honesty, the chippy fish round near me, it ain't as good as it used to be. And it costs a fucking fortune now. So back when I was a kid, I could go into Chippy with a fiver, get fish, chips, pie, muffin, peas. I could come out with fucking full meal for 2 or 3 people. Now if I walked in with a fiver, I'm lucky if I'm coming out with a fish. And it certainly won't be cod at that price. We're talking pollock or just plain white fish and or something that's not. We're not talking full cod. And then it's deep fried as well, isn't it? So that doesn't help keep the vitamins in. That burns most of the bloody things out. So it's not a healthy way of doing it. Last time I had fish though, I had peppered mackerel. Oh, it was really nice. I've not had peppered mackerel for a while. And I really enjoyed it. It's just, it is only me who eats fish or even likes to eat fish in my house. And it is a bit of an ordeal for one person. Unless you get the really cheap ones, and the cheap ones aren't that nice. So I avoid them. The little boil in the bag fish and sauce things, they're not that good. They're very watery. So I avoid them. Which limits me to not a lot. Not a lot of options apart from buying supplements. And the milk drink supplement that I buy already, it covers me for pretty much everything else. So I'm slightly reluctant to spend even more money on more supplements. I might just buy more fish. It's something I've been meaning to do for a while anyway, just to try and sort my health out. Bit of brain food. Lord knows I need it. Might help me concentrate and be able to speak properly for a change, eh? Or at least concentrate enough when I've got my own voice in my own ears that I don't stumble across my words. Now I'm not sure if I'm going to base these as rubble or if I'm going to base these as jungle. Part of me's thinking base them as rubble. Have them more in the city fight situation than the jungle fight like the Tyranids are. But then I really need to think about what I'm going to do on the board. If I'm going to do the board jungly as well, I might as well do everything fucking jungly. Is that all the reds? No, missed that bit down there. I missed that bit down there. And that bit round there. And that bit round there. And a little bit in there. And all around the little bit bottom part of the, I think it's the part of the exhaust for the back of the Terminator pack. I'm not sure, but it's two little lighty things. That's 3. And of course the Hellbrute as well. We're getting there, people. We're getting there. We are slowly getting there. So now we have the Chain Fist guy. And then we've got what is the Accursed Champion. Wash the brush off. I forgot about these things. No, I should be okay there. I should be okay. Oh God, I've run out of time. and I don't know how to do this. I'll send that. I've noticed I've got very limited viewers. I've not got many people watching me this evening. No, I'm not saying I'm not ungrateful for the people that are watching me, but let's see if we can gather a few more people and everyone gets to have a chat. I hope. I mean, you can never can tell. Some people might. Nope. Some people might say, no, I can't be asked. Lads, go fuck yourself, I'm busy. Which is fine. But I do find it rather difficult to. Well, I don't find it difficult to talk to myself. I talk to myself all the bloody time. But I find it difficult to stay on track if it's just me talking to me. I'm a bit early for most working Americans. I am a bit early for most working Americans. Now, I know I should be getting round about to about 4 o'clock on the West Coast. Um, East Coast, I shouldn't be too bad. I should have caught, I think I'm catching people as they're coming home from work and getting in, but then people are sitting down for meal times with families, and yeah, it's not always the greatest timing for across the Atlantic. But it's also not, it's kind of an awkward time to try and get everybody. So if you've got the time available and you're either in America or you're in Europe or you're up late in Australia, then hopefully I'm at a reasonable time that people can come in and get me, and I can get crossovers as well throughout timelines. So as people are going to bed in Europe, hopefully people coming in then from America, heck, even Africa or anywhere else that is in the correct time zone to be going, oh no, this is fine for me. I'll go and catch that one. There's not usually one available while I'm up. Or at least this one's a different one that's available while I'm up. Now I am still hoping to be able to get more guests up in the future. Whether that be from other YouTubers, streamers, or even from within the community. I don't know. A few of you might want to come up and one day and go, no, I'll be a guest on the stream. Fair enough. Now there are some limitations that I do apply to that. If you're gonna come up here, I would need to have spoken to you on camera so I can see who you are, see your face, check you are a real person. Because you might tell me you're called Dave and you're actually a 12-year-old girl, and that's just gonna freak me the fuck out. So just to warrant nothing like that happening, I do generally ask for a conversation first. But once that's gone on ahead and we've figured out that we can actually have a conversation without it resorting to people slagging each other off, which, let's face it, has happened on this channel before. Where it has just devolved into basically a slanging match. I don't want that to happen again, so I do what I can to filter out that potential. But if you have a genuine, if you are also a streamer or somebody who does stuff on camera that is easily enough traceable for me to just go, no, go check me out, I'm here. That you can see me on camera, I've done that. It makes it easier for me to go and do it, and it also lets me know that you're used to being on camera, you're not going to get camera shy or even not know how to behave in front of a camera within certain limitations that places like YouTube set for us. For instance, if you're up straight away and as soon as I start the stream, we've got to wait 5 minutes before we can swear. No, little things like that. But I am willing to extend those guest invites out to most people. So if Joe was to come up and wanting to talk about his game, go ahead. That type of thing. I have no qualms about that. Graham, who comes up and advertises his printing services for Roast and Hobbies. I mean, I advertise him enough as it is on my channel, but he comes up as well to chat and let me know what new stuff he's getting that tempts me to go, oh, don't tell me that, because now I want all that range as well. I want his Space Dwarf range. I want a good chunk out of his Space Bears range. There's actually quite a few things that I would like quite a good chunks out of. But doesn't always work. Does not always work. I send invites out to people who I think may want to come up. A lot of them have never been up, and some of them have been up multiple times. But I would like to expand that guest for a chat option. I would like to get it up more. Does mean I've got to sort my sound issues out, so I'm not listening to myself and talking like an absolute misprogrammed machine. Which is going to be hard because my own voice really distracts me. Pardon me. Well, that should be something that if I do it more and more often, I can get round. And I'll get used to. But we will never know. So, leg panel. I mean, some of these leg panels and these arm panels have ridiculous amounts of little greeblies and extra bits just popping out onto the actual armor panel itself. Joey, you have been up you've been up more than 2 times. I mean, you've been up 2 times since I've been running OBS, but you've been up way more than 2 times, dude. You're in fact one of the recurring guests that gets to come up here and people actually recognise you. And not even from your own show, they actually recognise you from being up as a guest. I mean, some of them will recognise you from the Square Table Degenerates podcast, where you do lots of interviews for American football players, baseball players, comedians, and various other things. I mean, you've even had a few high-profile wrestlers on there as well, for those of you like the old WWF days. There have been 1 or 2, I will say, stars from the golden era of the WWF. So please go check out Square Table Degenerates for those interviews. Now, Joey is not your standard interview type person. He is more of a I'm going to sit down and have a friendly chat with you type of interviewer, which personally I prefer, because it's much less structured and it's not as demanding on either the interviewer or the interviewee. But seeing as Joey has just popped up into that, let's go find SSSSSSSSS. Square Table Degenerates. Copy that. Go check out my channel. Oh no, I'll go back. I want to click on that one. I don't want to mute myself. Nope, no corporate interest over there. Which is why, if you want to go check out Joey at Square Table Degenerates and you're in the portrait cam, there you go. And if you are not in the portrait cam, you are in the horizontal cam. I am not leaving you out, do not worry. There is also the link for all of you in the Square Table Degenerates podcast. I suppose I should click that really as well. Jake the Snake Roberts, yes. And yeah, as I said, as Joey said there, if the guest is willing to talk for 3 hours, then Joey will talk for 3 hours. If the guest is limited down to an hour, then Joey will see how much he can get in an hour. And trust me, that man can get a lot in an hour. He talks fast. I have had the privilege of meeting him, and even when he was jet lagged and tired, he could still talk the hind legs of a donkey. From about 300 yards away. Not to say that Joey's loud, but yeah, Joey could have a one-way conversation with me across the Atlantic. And the only thing that makes it one way is that I could hear him and he won't be able to hear me. Now, there are very few people that could do that. EB's missus being another one. But Joey's loud. Joey is loud. But incredibly fun to be around. Very nice guy. If you are going to be in London, when is it the Green Bay Packers that are playing, Joey? The Packers against, is it the Browns? Is that the reason you're coming? Is the Browns playing? Down in London, I believe, next month. If you are going to be around that area and you wish to meet and greet with Joey from Square Table Degenerates, he will be going to an American football match in London this year. In London, of all places. Why we've got an American football match going on in London from the NFL, of all places, I don't know. But we do. We have a match or a game happening over here. I'm guessing it's grown in popularity in Britain, which is why they're doing it, but whew, I didn't think it got that big. Not to the point where they'll make two teams travel halfway across the fucking world just to play a game, to go back again the next day to play another fucking game soon. This Browns versus the Vikings will be in London from the 3rd to the 7th of October. So there we have dates. It's Browns versus the Vikings, which is why Joey's coming. He's a big Browns fan. Mainly because it's the Cleveland Browns, and well, if you're American, you'll understand exactly because you follow your home team. So Joey's from Cleveland. Now, the fact that this has only just occurred to me, so bear in mind, there is a term called the Cleveland Steamer, which, as far as I'm aware, is a great big pile of shit, just a big shit. And they go and name the football team the Browns. Slightly questionable, don't you think? So you can have a Cleveland Steamer and the football teams are the Browns. You're staying at the what? I've got to turn this round to have a look. Oh, the Fountain Hotel. So there you go. You can even go to the same hotel if there's any room left. I've got a feeling there'll be a lot of package deals going on for people to go to that hotel and get to the game. You may not be in quite as much luck as you would hope, but you never know. There may still be rooms left if you are looking to get there. Especially if you're looking from the portrait camp, Joey has put the link in there for you as well. So you can go stalk him if you wish. Although I don't advise getting all uppity with him because Joey's a big bloke. I mean, in my shoes I stand 6'1". He's about the same height, but he's much broader than I am, and he's an ex-veteran. So, yeah. If you do go meet him, don't be a dick. He knows how to yank dicks. And sort them out. So, best behaviour, of course, within reason. Obviously, I'm not going to say that you've got to not be yourself, but yeah, don't be a dick. I seem to have a lot of people on the portrait cam more than I do have on the main cam for a change. This is going to be weird. This is a weird one. Normally I average out about the same. About 4 people on the portrait cam and about 4 people on the horizontal cam. But portrait cam's winning out overall. Certainly winning out overall. Now, is this the last one I've got to do? No, I've got one more left. Which is the Accursed Champion. No, I went for a break at about the hour mark. I do want to try and get some of the metallic down if I can, but I also don't want to push it too late on my time scale. As although I understand that I have to get certain time zones don't catch me until what would technically be late for me. I also have to be ready to do certain things tomorrow, such as send my Secret Santa gift off and a few other things that I have to do during the shopping day. Namely, get anything that we forgot to do on the online shop. It isn't too bad, but obviously I have to do that during open hours for the shop. Which means being up at what people classify as a reasonable time of the day. I don't think it's so reasonable. I think it's quite an unreasonable time of the day that some people ask you to be up for the sake of them doing their job. It's not good. And why the fuck am I gotta get up early so you can do your job? And there we go, ladies and gentlemen. We have just had from a genuine Cleveland man's keyboard what a Cleveland steamer actually is. I'm not going to read it out because it's fucking disgusting. Put it this way, I know if I tried that with sparkles, I would not be getting married and I'd probably be in a hole. I'd be buried 6 foot in the garden. In fact, probably not even 6 foot. She'll probably only put me 3 foot, hoping that the foxes and stuff do dig me up. He fucking deserves it for doing that. So yeah, I don't advise you do that to any ladies that you like. I mean, if they are really, really horrible women and you are in that position and you wish to do it, I'm not endorsing it. I'm just not going to stop you because there'll be nothing I can do. But it does not sound pleasant in the slightest. And how would... I mean, just the setup for it. They've got a clock on of what you're about to do. And if they're willing to let you, then, oh my god, no. That's one that you kick out of the bed and you don't let back in. I'm sorry, she might be the loveliest woman in the world, but if she's willing to let you do that to her, then there's something psychologically wrong with her. That is just revolting. Especially if it's doing it because it's cold. If it's doing it because it's cold, that's even worse. Ah, man. Always wallop that bloody same spot, don't I? It's a little bit of stippling to get underneath. And then we have number 4. I mean, it's a long way going from that to that, isn't it? And now we just have the accursed champion. And hopefully he's going to be nice and easy. And not as difficult as pain in the ass as all the other ones that we've just had. Who am I kidding? He's going to be the fucking worst one. Welcome back, Twisted. How was your food? Was it nice? Are you all nice and full up and ready and raring to go now? Or are you going to drop into a food coma? And go, nope, I filled myself up, I'm going to sleep. Either one will do. Both are acceptable. I have done both. I have put myself into a food coma because I've eaten too much and then had to go to sleep. Usually around about the Christmas time or on a Sunday. But I know food comas are real. I have done them. Almost went into one the other night when I had 2 quarter-pounder burgers and then chicken, bacon, stuffing sandwiches, protein coffees. Well, a protein coffee. And a myriad of other little snacky things. In fact, snacks sounds good right now. I don't know what we've got for snacks. I don't think we have many snacks in at the moment. Nothing small anyway. Only noisy things that the microphone will pick up. I don't want to do that. I don't want noisy things. I'd like a nice quiet snack. If such a thing ever exists. Don't say fruit. Fruit's not a snack. Fruit's healthy. Snacks are purposely not healthy. You don't want snacks. See, that's why I'm thinking now. Do I just go grab something that I can eat quietly and take small chunks out of so I can still talk? Or do I just go hook it and go get something noisy? I'm thinking quiet would probably be the best option. Or, and now here's a strange one, wait till you actually finish the stream and then go get something to eat. Although, now with Twisted mentioning soup and eating at the desk, I'm getting hungry. I am getting hungry. Well, I don't even know what I've got. I'm not actually sure what I have. So I'm going to see if I've got a snack, because Twisty's making me hungry again. You do this a lot, man. It's my own fault because I can go live round about your mealtime. So yeah, it's kind of my own fault. I get that. I don't know. Here we go. I found food. I found food. I found food. I found. Wow, is my microphone not working? Why is my microphone not working? Okay. Settings, properties. Blue snowball mic. My microphone is working? My microphone is... There's only one way I'm going to find this out for definite. Is my microphone working? My microphone is working? Yes. So why is it not showing the little bar thingy? It's not showing the bar. I can't see. But I have a Kit Kat. Nom nom nom. Wonder why that is. Because normally it shows me the EQ bar. That is a lovely snack, isn't it? So let's put it on. Blue snowball does. Right, okay. Huh. How peculiar. So now we've got to sort audio out. Again. Never rains. Always fucking pours. Right, so that monitor thing that I switched, not a good idea. We won't touch that one again. Sorry for the crunching. Microphone's a little bit sensitive. Low self-esteem and all that. And you're thinking, Laz, what the fuck are you talking about? How's the microphone got low self-esteem? I don't know. But he's got to have something wrong with it. Because it keeps fucking up. And for no reason. It's like my camera, this one, that went off. Just randomly at the end of the stream last week. It just cut out on me. Which meant all you had was my lovely fucking face. And we all know you don't come for that. You come for the models and occasionally the words. You do not come to look at a 40-year-old bloke with a patchy beard. If you do, thank you, but no, I don't think you do. Could be wrong. Won't be the first time. Doesn't happen often, but it does occasionally happen. Why do you only get 4 fingers in a Kit Kat? Okay, I'm going to finish this off before I go on. Just to cut down on the noise. Bum. Yeah, I'm not even starting on leather. Not yet. I'll start that when I do skulls and horns and things. Mainly because I'll have the ivory out. Just trying to get these panels and not overlap on the trim. Not easy. Well, it's not hard, but you could have made it fucking easier and still kept the detail. But no. Put them in awkward fucking stances. So unless you've got like a 3-inch bristle brush perfectly stable, you ain't getting in there. Your best chance would have been painting on sprue. And I can't do that either. Oh well. We do what we can. And we try what we can until we can. Which means a lot of fuck ups. A lot of happy mistakes. And eventually, you're hoping to come up with a decently well painted model. That's what you're hoping anyway. Or in my case, just a tabletop standard ready to play model. No competition entry. Nothing that's gonna make people go wow. Just enough that it's a painted fucking army. And you can tell what some of the stuff is. Now, if I ever do actually feel that I've got considerably better, that's when I'll come back to them all and use new techniques, better painting styles and control, and try upgrading and making them look better. The stuff I've already done. So as I get better at highlighting and layering and colour theory, that's when I'll go back and start redoing them. Part of me's really looking forward to doing Lavras again. Just because I'm quite happy with how he turned out. But if I can get the techniques better, then I think he's going to be an amazing looking model and a fantastic centerpiece, particularly for the stone bears. Whereas obviously I've got Angry Ron for the World Eaters. I've got my two Norns for the Tyranids, a Baneblade for the Imperial Guard. I don't think I have anything for the Eldar. Of course, I've got the Stomper for the Orcs. That's a big fucking model. That is a big fucking model. That's going to take me all next month to paint, I think. Even at my speeds and my methods. So that should give you a rough idea how big that fucker is. Considering I've block coloured a Dreadnought and 5 Terminators tonight. With the idea I should be able to finish them all off next week. I hope I don't have to run another stream just to get them done before I start into October. If I do, then obviously bonus stream. Awesome. But I would like to get them finished next week instead. I don't want too many streams. I mean, I probably could stream every night. But then you'd all get sick of me. Like, for fuck's sake, is Laz live again? Guy got no life. Well, yes, but I enjoy doing this. And it might sound daft, but I do. And it's not just the painting. I enjoy talking to all you as you come in. And obviously it changes as who's in, who's dropping in, dropping out. At the start of the stream is not the same as the end of the stream. By the end, I've usually lost most European viewers. But at the same point, a lot of my friends from across the sea, or the ocean, find the time then to pop in. As I was saying with Francois, this time's kind of a blend time. It crosses that little boundary that some people can get in for the later part, some people for the earlier part, but everyone gets a chance. Forgot to shut that. There we go. Let's leave it there. It's rather hard to get a response when you shut the messaging service that you sent the message on. Do 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 do. Dun, 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 dun. Don't ask. I don't know either. It just came into me head. And then popped back out again. Stuff happens. I don't control it. It just works through me. Deek 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 deek. Doop day dum dum bum. I believe I have painted him red. Now he's got a weird little open mouth skull thing here. In the middle, I'm tempted to paint that bit red because it's essentially the armour panel behind that bit of embellishment. So I'm going to paint all in there red as well. But when I brighten the rest up with Mephiston and Scarlet, I'll leave that bit just as Worldly does. Oh, we're coming up to 2 hours 40, which means 10 past midnight for me. Always fun. And that should have got rid of that. Yeah, it did. Yay. So now it's red for the bits of the Hellbrute that I missed, like the fingers. For his Hellbrute fist. Trying not to catch my headphones on the camera. So that's not clever. So did everyone have a good weekend? Or at least uneventful? Which for me classifies as a good one. Because if it's bad eventful, then that's not good. Uneventful means it was definitely not bad eventful. You just had a nice chill weekend. I like them. Eventful weekends, well, they can take a lot of time and energy. And sometimes you don't want them. So let's get these fingers painted in. There we go. I believe, or I hope, that is all armor panels? All armor panels done on the Hellbrute. Oh, a big eventful weekend. Good eventful? Bad eventful? Yet to be found out. Now do a start brass, which is a whole different colour. That's got a lot to do. Or do a try and pick out red bits on this ridiculously ostentatious model. I'm not sure what to do with him. I mean, he's got so much going on in the form of greeblies and papers and embellishments and iconography. I mean, he's got 3 braziers on his backpack, a great big flowing cloak, what looks like 2 half novels in single page format just draped from his chest, a stolen Crozius, and a great big axe. I'm going to pop him to one side because I'm not sure. I'm really not sure. I wasn't sure what I was doing tonight to start with anyway, so not being sure now is not much of a change. However, looking at what's in front of me now, let's slide them over. So we have the 10 Berserkers, which are damn near close to being finished, let's face it. A few washes and they'll be done. All 10. We have my Proxy 8-bound, which I still need to figure out what I'm going to do with the armour and with the weapons. Now, I did start the weapons and they've got the purpley green thing going on, but it's not very bright. So I've got a feeling I'm going to have to brighten up the green. Probably more into the warpstone glow type of area to give it that much bigger brightness. Which will also mean the claws on the Hellbrute. So these bits will get done in the same way. Same with the power sword and the axe. So they're gonna be purple and green. Lots and lots of brass, which is gonna be the accent colour for all the trim. Same as these and these guys. But I'm gonna have to paint in the panels. I'm gonna have to. So let's go back to my Proxy 8-bound and let's go through the shoulder panels, because it is World Eater armour that they've burst through. Just maybe not go as bright as I have done with the faces, so don't take it up to the orangey stage. Just try and keep it at the Mephisto red. Maybe scarlet, but I want it to be a different red to what's going on around it. Which means keeping it dull. Dullahan. Aren't they undead? Well, yeah, the co-hosting the live stream, that does sound fun. And meeting up with people you've not seen for a while is always nice. I mean, you say you've not seen them for a year. It's like when I went up to see family in Scotland, it was a long time since I've seen some of them. We're talking decades in some cases. Or never for some of the children that are now no longer children. That was a shock. Do you mean to say that little 2-year-old that when I last came up is now that fully grown bloke? Jeez. He's fucking 6'3". And that other Ian, he's 6'3" wide. He weren't like that last time I saw him. So let's finish up with the 8-pound armour. And hopefully I'm not too tired afterwards. He says, yawning. Yeah, that's not... Yeah, you're tired, lads. Stop pretending. I'm not. I'm not that tired. Yeah, well, stop yawning. We can see. We can see. You ain't fooling no one. Ooh, a dwarven axe for a painting comp trophy. Yeah, definitely enter the Paragon Warsuits. But if you can get Morgan Val ready and have her, that's gonna be a... Yeah, that's a good chance of winning. I know it, you know it, and everybody who sees it in the competition's gonna know it. In fact, you might get complaints. You can't enter that, that's too good. Tough. You can enter that. Because it's good. You're not going to enter a piece of crap like what I've painted. I'm not saying the models are great. I'm just not that good at painting. That was the point there. So, please don't go to roasting hobbies and go, your models are shit. Laz said so. Lad doesn't say that your models were shit. Laz said he's painting shit. Big fucking difference. The model's good. Is why I've bought so many for proxies. But yeah, that'll do for that. That looks good for that. That looks good for that. Awesome. I get the models I want for about a third of the fucking price. And that's included getting it shipped to me. Granted, it's only coming over the Pennines, but some fuckers still gotta drag it from there to here. And they charge. Doobie-doo. Just one panel left, I think, on this fella. Now I'm going to use him and see how I like it, because I might be going painting all these black again, because I don't like it. Now, there's not much. There really isn't much difference between having it red and having it black. I think red does actually work. Once I put it next to these guys, it helps him blend in more. So yeah, it looks like red paneling on every motherfucker that I've got. Oh, the joys. The joys. But I'm going red blind now. I've been going for 3 hours, which is about right for me. Obviously, I don't go too far because I'm live on camera and I don't want anything stupid to happen, like me not being able to move or something like that. So being happy with the direction that it's going in. Obviously this is still my entire World Eater force at the moment, which isn't overly big, just one troop, 3 elites and a HQ. So they're heading in the right direction. I may find alternatives for other sculpts in the meantime and see how they go. But my plan for now is another 20 Berserkers, Lord Invocatus, and a Forge Fiend, just to help with that range firepower. But I won't get that till next year. Well, thank you everybody who's come to join me this evening. If you want to do all the YouTube things, like subscribe, click on links, blah blah, you know what it all entails. You've been on YouTube before and you've listened to videos of people essentially e-begging. That's as far as I'm going. You know what to do. If you do one, if you don't want to, then don't. Your choice. Great thing about it. But I'm going to end it here. Thank you again for everyone who's come to join me. Please drive safe. Enjoy the rest of your evening or day or however much is left. And hopefully we will see each other again on Wednesday when I cover Combat Patrol, if they get the fucking magazine. Well, I hope